Boujii. I just felt like saying hello because it's morning time. Mornings kind of suck around here. Not when you got a buddy boy. I ain't got a buddy boy. Drinking a Dr. Pepper. Replace one addiction with the next one, you know? Dr. Peppers every morning. I just rolled out of bed. Not really, well, kind of. I woke up with the sun shining in my face. Even though I'm at my brother's house, I'm still sleeping in my truck because it's just so cozy. And I'm sure the neighbors are probably like, what is this woman doing sleeping in her car in front of your house, Mitch? You know? Are you guys good? Letting the dogs hunt. You know, some people like, I've got a couple things to say. Let's talk. Good morning, Rosemary, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, beautiful. What's up, Jess? What are you doing today? It's a beautiful day. How am I looking today? A little rough. It's eventually gonna get better. It's a little better when I put makeup on, but ain't got no time for that this morning, okay? Went to the 99-cent store, picked up a bunch of shades. Dude, 99-cent store over here is like on fire. These were 99 cents. I picked up a bunch. Anyways, a few things. So I would like you guys to please blast my Patreon link on any haters or anybody that comments on my life, blind views. I see that he keeps taking down, like every time I post the link to my Patreon, I'm like, see the full link to this video here. And I put my Patreon and then he takes it down. Because, you know, you can talk about me on my channel, but I can't promote my Patreon on your channel. Like, give me a break. I'm the one that gives you all, like, the majority of your views, okay, mister? Every time you talk about anything else, nobody gives a shit. And then you talk about me and you get thousands of views. So why aren't you letting me post my Patreon, you know? Anyways, if you guys want to go over to those channels and get in the comment section and just post the link to my Patreon so that people know that are watching that, like, oh, if you want to see the full clip of the clips that he takes from my videos, there you go. And just blast them. That'd be nice. Thank you. I'd appreciate it. So there's that. Oh, my heart's beating a little fast. Maybe the Dr. Pepper in the first thing in the morning is not the best idea, Morgan. What's up, Miles Davis? You want to come say hi, Mr. Miles? Soul and succulent. How are you? You need some water, dude? Oh, well, I was over there. You know, it irks me when people are like, I'm really concerned about those dogs. I'm really concerned about those dogs. If there's anything not to be concerned about, it's the dogs, okay? Be concerned about me. I'm just gonna go mentally crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. Start posting crazy stuff on the internet. Not the dogs, though. My life is dedicated to these dogs. Anyways, I read a few comments, like, yeah, I don't like to read the comments, but I did because I wanted to see if he deleted my links, and he did. Oh, no more Dr. Pepper. Okay. Anyways. People are like, I'm really concerned about those dogs. Like, are you kidding me? My life is dedicated. That's all I do. I guess I don't showcase it a lot, but like, I don't skip a beat on these dogs. I don't skip a beat. They get their fresh rotisserie chickens, usually every 2 days. I find places that they can hunt and have fun. I don't go to stupid little dog parks that are like freaking fenced in and there's nothing to do. They're just staring at each other. Boujii's chasing bunnies right now. Anyways, the dogs are happy. That's the last thing you need to worry about. You need to worry about me not being able to take care of these dogs. That's what the main concern should be. Because, like, even, you know, my brother's house, and we're talking about me going to jail, and I'm just, like, looking around, and he's like, yeah, I'll take him to work. Like, dude, those dogs are going to be so bummed out if they're not with me and I have to go to jail. They're going to be so bummed out because, like, this is all that they know. They know being catered to 24/7. They're my babies. How's that bone, buddy? How's that bone, little Dooter? They get tucked in at night, you know? Buddy gets a puppy delivery into bed. Boujii, they get their like little snuggles. They get the blankets pulled over them. They get the most cozy part of the bed. Miles gets his plush little bed down below. I get all the blankets ready and the pillows ready so that if he rolls over, he's got, you know, a Tempur-Pedic pillow. It's the last thing you need to worry about is these dogs. I have created 3 little monsters that think that they're humans. My mom, growing up, she never really came home without bringing us something home. Little things, whatever it was, you know, 99-cent store crap. But we loved it. It was part of, like, you know, when she'd come home from a wedding, because they were wedding photographers and videographers, they'd come home with like little trinkets. Or if she was just gone for a few hours, she'd come home with little trinkets. Anyways, I've done the exact same thing with my dog. So now every time I come back, if I, like yesterday, going to the Apple store, I always have to like stop by, you know, hold on, gotta get Buddy his squeaky. Gotta bring the bones. And then they wait for it, and if I don't have anything, they're like, what's going on? Anyways. Yeah, they are very, very spoiled little pups. So nobody needs to worry about that. Yeah, hopefully no jail time. Hopefully no jail time. There was a lot of things brought to my attention yesterday. Like, dude, my brother was kind of holding out on me, and I'm trying to like work. I'm trying to navigate my thoughts through this and like not let anger rise. But like, I'm starting to find out that like everybody knew I was getting arrested before me, like the day before I did. And I'm like, nobody sent me a text message. Christine, Mitch, hello? Like, nobody sent me a warning. Like, yeah, John's arranging to have you arrested tomorrow. And so again, I'm like grateful that it happened, but like knowing that little tiny detail, and like I felt like my brother was kind of stuttering a little bit, and he's holding back some even more details. And like I was like, you talked to John before I went to jail? Like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we talked like 4 times. What do you mean? I was like, I've been here for like 2 days. Like, come on, keep talking. What are you talking about right now? What are you talking about? And like I'm just like kind of fucking mad. Like, what do you mean? And even Rosa knew, like Rose, I haven't even talked to her about it. Like, wait a minute, what is going on here? I feel like I was like I was plotted against. I don't feel like I could trust anybody anymore. I feel really uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, I feel really uncomfortable right now. I'm like, what is going on? And so he was just like waiting for anything that he could like use against me, I guess. Oh. Because we got in that fight, and that's when he was like, leave, leave. And I was like, huh. I get a little feisty. I'm not the type of person that's just going to be like pushed around, you know, especially if like there's like, we already have like an arrangement and we're just fighting, and it's just like, dude, just let everything calm down. Anyways. And so the cops were like, well, we can't do anything about it. And so like they were just waiting for me to do anything. I'm just pissed. And then, yeah, then I freaking posted that stupid shit on Patreon that was like, bam, there it is, there it is, there it is. She did something that we could get the law enforcement involved now and get her removed. Like, what the? I'm just like, oh, Morgan, calm your heart down. I feel betrayed. I feel like it's just so screwed up. The whole thing's so screwy. It's like, you could have just done the right thing. You could have just like diffused the situation. I'm a type of person you can diffuse the situation pretty quickly with if you just are kind to me and you show that you love and you care about me. It's just like, hey, you know, are you okay? Even the cops called my brother. They called my brother like the day before, and they're like, dude, it seems like she's just down and out and she just needs a hug. We can't hug her, but we got this female officer that we can bring in. It's like, you got that phone call. Maybe I just needed a hug, you guys. And so I feel very betrayed right now. And I just am like, and here I was trying to just let everything go and like take the high road and just, you know, be kind to John, even though, you know, there's a lot of things that went down that I'm still upset about, but it's like, just be cool. Be cool. And then you find out all these little details and it's like, oh, like just keeps stabbing me. What the hell? I don't even feel like I trust my own brother. Like, what the F, man? I just feel like I want to move to like a land where there's just no humans at all, you know? I'll just talk to everybody on the internet and not ever like Like, what is wrong with everybody? You know? And I know that I did things, like, I know that I can get real feisty and get a little fucked up when I'm, like, in a bad mood. But it's really, like I said, it's really easy to calm me down if you're just kind to me, because that's all that I want. That's the only reason why I'm even upset in the first place, is because I feel like people don't love me and they don't care. And so it's like, I'm pissed. And so I'm trying to calm down from that. Yeah. I know, exactly. The whole thing is just so screwy. And again, I'm still grateful that, like, it all happened, because this is, like, my road to just, you know, bettering my life and making better decisions when it comes to, you know, just not drinking anymore. So that's cool. I'm glad that that happened, but I probably could have gone through this without, like, feeling like I was just stabbed in the back by people that I deeply trusted. They just didn't know what to do. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard with me. I'm not, like, and like I said, I wasn't, like, running around being crazy. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was literally, like, not even walking into John's house. I was on my side of, like, the place, because that little apartment was just all set up to, like, with my stuff in it. I was just being cool. It's like, but people get power trips, and, like, and then they get upset. And that's why I don't typically live, like, I don't like living in other people's homes. It's like, you know, it's always been a thing growing, like, in my 20s, and it was always my house if I lived with a guy. And so, because I don't like that, I don't like people having control over me. It's like, if you get mad, you could just suddenly be like, get the fuck out of my house. And that's one of the first things I even said to John. I was like, you seem like the type of guy that we're gonna get in a fight and you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of my house. And, like, guess I was right, you know? So you don't do that type of shit to people, especially, like, I feel like in my situation, like, that was our biggest thing. It was like, you know, you had me come all the way over here. I had plans to rent a shop. I completely was derailed from my plans. Miles, oh, you're right here. Okay, there's a dog that looks just like you over there. And so it was like, you know, we just have to make it through the summer. I'm not living in a truck in the middle of August in the desert. And I'm putting my foot down about that. And so, like, we had an agreement. It's not like I was staying there without, like, it's even in my phone. I even have a text message proof. And it's like, but those phones were confiscated from me. And it's like, even my brother said last night, he's like, I have no idea how John got the cops there so fast. I don't know either. Probably in cahoots with them. Who freaking knows? Like, the whole thing is just, I feel so plotted against. And I'm just upset. I don't trust anybody anymore. I feel just so, like, fucked up inside, you know? I don't trust anybody anymore. And so I just have to get through this alone. I don't need anybody. Like, everyone stay the hell away from me. That's how I feel in my life. Like, I don't need anybody to go to court with me. I don't need anybody to freaking, you know, come over here. Here, let me help you do this. Let me help you do that. Everybody stay the hell away from me. I got this. That's how I feel. And it sucks because, like, I've met other people that have left comments or called me and said, you know, don't turn into this person that doesn't trust anybody. There are good people out there. And I'm just like, dude, I think that part of me is dead. So I know I'll get through this, and I'm just, like, upset this morning, and there's all these things I wanted to say, and all these, I'm like, you know, you want to speak your mind and be like, well, they did this, and this. And I'm like, dude, Morgan, just shut your mouth. The best way to hurt somebody is just probably just to be silent. You know, just be silent, be still, and just move on with your life. Go forward. There's no reason to freaking stoop to all their levels. Like, so. Some shenanigans. I'm ready for some shenanigans. I'm ready for August to be over, and I'm ready for, I don't even know. Oh yeah, I was naming it, like, where to live next. And so I was just thinking, like, okay, best case scenario, they drop the charges. I'm free to leave the West Coast again. Like, where you going, girl? No clue. Anybody have any ideas? Miles' tail got stuck in the door last night. That dog has a knack for getting hurt. When I was done with my live stream, I went into the garage. I mean, was leaving the garage. Thanks. Putting your butthole right on my arm. So I was shutting the door to the garage, and he just starts going, roar, roar. I'm like, what? His tail was in the door jamb. Like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? South Dakota or Montana. The only thing that fears me about those states right now, because I wanted Wyoming, I don't know, I was driving through there. There's a bunch of really good looking guys. It's really pretty. It's a chill vibe in Wyoming. There's like, you know, you just got little towns and then like a long stretch of land and then a little town again. And so I'm like, I'm intrigued, especially by the amount of very good looking lumberjack men. And so I was like, you know, that could be my jam. But we're like heading into winter and I'm like, dude, it's so cold in those areas and I've never lived. Have I lived in the snow? Well, you did in Niagara, but I was renting an Airbnb, you know? You're moving to Lower Alabama? Oof. Ghetto. Talk about ghetto. Have fun with that one. White trash. I've never seen so many police officers in my life when I was going through Montana this last time. Let the road lead me. I don't know if I feel like driving around aimlessly, because getting into another rental is incredibly expensive and I can't just be like blowing, like when I drive, I'm blowing $100 on gas every other day. So it gets expensive, but problem, there's too many good looking men. Is that a problem, Jess? I don't think so. I don't think so. I totally forgot to say now. I'm thinking about good-looking guys. I was thinking that though. I'm like, I'm glad that in my previous breakups, let me tell you something. In my previous breakups, I typically have this feeling of, oh my God, I'm never gonna find anybody better. I can't believe that I couldn't make this work out. Like, and then I kind of put the guy on this like pedestal, like his body and his mind and our sex life, and I put all those things up there, and I'm just like, oh my God, and then I wake up and I'm longing for that person, and I can't wait to be with them again, or like I want to be with them again. I like really want to work things out, and that's not happening at all this time, which is interesting, very interesting, and I'm trying to dissect that a little bit. I'm like I don't, you know what I mean? Like when your body is like you feel this sinking in your chest, and it goes into your stomach, and you feel like you're longing for this person. Like if you could just hold them again and be with them again and be in bed with them again. Like, you know what I mean? And like, not at all this time. And I'm like, that's very interesting. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. What's up, Gigi? Is it that? Is it because I just feel burnt and betrayed? Probably. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but that's not happening. So I'm grateful for that. And I typically am like, you know, there's no other guy I'm going to find that can compare, you know? And I like with Austin, I remember just being like, oh my God, his ass. Like, how am I ever going to get over this guy's ass? Like, he had the best butt. And when I talked to Brett on the phone, my ex that I was with for like 6 years or whatnot, we talked around the time Austin and I were dating. And I told Brett, I was like, dude, I found somebody that has the exact same butt as you. And he started laughing. And he's like, oh, so you found yourself a big boy. And anyways, but I don't feel that this time. Like that's very weird for me. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just saying like, I just don't feel that and about John or anything. But, you know, I found John incredibly attractive. So I don't know. So yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I'm burnt and betrayed. And my body's like, fuck that. Yeah, everybody's replaceable. I think to an extent. I've never really quite found anybody like Brett's humor. Brett had this humorous attitude that I've never met anybody like him before. That guy was funny. That guy made jokes everywhere we went, and like he really would get people, you know. You love the butt too, Susie? And your husband doesn't have one? Yeah. Most men don't. Like, typically men have narrow hips and a little tiny little tushy. So, but when you find one that does, it's like baby, baby, baby. Especially if they're taller than you and their butt sits like, if you hug them from behind and their butt is like right here. It's like the best feeling in the world. Anyways, when I think about Wyoming, I think about like guys with big butts that, you know, like big butts that I cannot lie. Yeah, the good sense of humor goes a long way. John had a pretty good sense of humor most of the time, I think. I don't know, I'm starting to forget everything. I think maybe it's a coping thing. Maybe I'm going into like a state of shock and disbelief, and I'm forgetting everything. I told Rosa, I was like, dude, I am already forgetting what his face looks like. Is that weird? I don't know if my body's putting up this I don't know what's happening, but like I can't picture his face. And then I tried to think, like, there was this last time, just recent, not too long ago, we were eating noodles at this noodle place. And I didn't eat anything. I wasn't hungry. And he was eating. And I think I kind of saw his face eating the bowl of noodles. But I was like, and it's kind of a cool thing that the cops took my cell phones because I can't look back at any videos. I can't look back at, I don't watch my live streams back. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Is it the walls guarding myself? I guess so, but it's definitely very interesting. I've just never gone through anything like this before, so I thought I would discuss it because I just find it peculiar. That's right, Mary. Need a cowboy? I was thinking that too. You grow up and you think, like a lot of people tell you, like, find yourself a rich man. And I saw some comments like that too, like, oh, Morgan was just in it for the cash. And are you okay? Are you okay? But it made me think, like, what are you in it for when it comes to a guy? Like, and honestly, what turns me on the most these days, this phase of my life, is just like a hardworking guy, And so I think before, like a lot of, like in my 20s, don't date a construction worker. Like those guys, like they need a better job than construction. And now that suddenly turns me on. I'm like, I wouldn't mind like a construction worker, a guy that goes out and gets real dirty and comes home and like enjoys my nice meal that I made and enjoys having sex and, like a big burly kind of like a manly man, a simple guy, works, eats, has a good sense of humor. After 30 years, the same man I found love again 1.7 years ago. Oh, after his death. Yeah, that's so hard. I can't imagine that. I thought I was dead inside at 57. I never thought I could feel these feelings ever again. And you did. That's hopeful. I know that there's a lot of love out there, so. Or a mechanic. Yeah, mechanic would be cool. But I don't know if I would want to be with a mechanic, to be honest with you, because like that's a very high stress job, because especially if they work in a shop where like maybe they just run it with like another guy or a couple other guys, they tend to take on a lot of jobs and there's a lot of things that need to be done. And at least the mechanics I've ever met, and they take on a lot of jobs to cover all the bills. And then, because they each have these households. And then there's just like all these cars that need work and they're like short staffed and it's just stressful, I think. And so I don't know if I'd want to date a mechanic because it's a very competitive marketplace. And so, you tend to not be charging as much as you probably should be for your time just to get the work. And then all of a sudden you got 10 cars that need, this, and this done. And it's like, shoot, it's a lot. What's up, Marco? You're simple, but you work way too much. Yeah. Yeah, but Jess, even if he owns the shop, I don't know. It's still, that's where it makes it even more stressful, because then you got employees that now have to feed their families and stuff. And then you have to micromanage all of their jobs and make sure that they're being efficient with their time. And I've seen it, I've been there. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate mailing the letters. I appreciate it. Little boo-boo bear. Come here. Can I have a snuggle? Little snuggle. It smells like burning plastic. Someone's burning some plastic. So Yeah, anyways, I was thinking about that. What kind of guy? It would be cool to find a guy that had, like, maybe was, yeah, maybe was a rancher where where he could still be around, because I tend to be I like to be with my significant other a lot. I enjoyed that about John. I enjoyed that he was the general manager of that building, and so he was in control of like his schedule for the most part. So like if he wanted to take a Friday off, he could, or if he wanted to lay in bed late, he could, type of thing. That was really cool. I enjoyed that part of it. So like a man that had kind of control over his schedule would be nice. I like how this has turned into like my my next what I'm looking for next. Why not? You know, we got to just like move forward. Oh my God. Find someone with no kids. Well, that wasn't a thing. Like John's kids didn't interfere at all with our relationship at all. Like I only hung out with those kids like 3 times, I think. But it was summer. I forgot. It was summer break for them, so it was a little different. Now that school started again, I'm sure it's probably would have been a little different, because I think he like takes them to the horse lessons like twice a week and then has them every single weekend. So it probably would have been a little different. I don't know. That relationship was such a roller coaster that like nothing was ever consistent, and so I honestly, I feel like I don't even remember that relationship anymore. Everything was just like we never just had like a consistent good time. It's sad. It's so sad. I think about it. I'm like, man, that sucks. Because I know what I wanted to be doing. I think it's difficult. Like, it's definitely different with the lifestyle I have. Had I like lived in Reno and we just dated, it probably would have been different. And I had my own place. But the fact that I was on the side of the country that I don't even want to be on, I don't have anything going on over there, and then I'm living in his house, nothing to do, trying to figure out how to keep my YouTube channel going and coming up with all these ideas. He was a fun guy to drum up ideas with. But then you're like trying to figure out, do you execute the ideas? Because we're not even really sure if like this relationship is working, or so the whole thing was just a big mess. So I won't do that again. I don't think that I will ever, yeah, I probably will never ever put myself in that scenario again, where I meet somebody on the internet and then I go to where they live. I thought that that might be a good idea, but it's not. It really isn't. It doesn't work. It's not healthy. It's scary for everyone. Like I said, John was all in the beginning on the phone, or throughout our phone conversations, like what, the first 3 months or whatnot. And then when I got there, I think that he was the type of person that just didn't want to be pushed into a situation, and he felt kind of forced, and that kind of just like, and that created a space between us, and it just didn't work. So a male nurse, oh hell no. Anybody that works in the medical field, no gracias. Talk about a demanding job. Yeah, the ice streets in the winter. South Dakota can get like, oh, don't bring a volleyball. There's a volleyball net here instead of a playground, and finally all the kids are on the other side of the park. This is where I come when I visit my brother. And now this guy's got a volleyball. Don't do it. Don't bring that 2-year-old. She does not know how to play volleyball. Go back to your side of the park. This is the dog park. I've made this the dog park. Buddy, I want a kiss. Come here, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me kisses. Come on. Stop being selfish. Sweet boy. Do you have water, Miles Davis? We got some right here. Hold on, we gotta go get more water for Miles Davis. Water for Miles Davis. A retired firefighter? I don't know, retired sounds old, and I think I'm over that. You want some water? And if John's watching this, I didn't mean to take this bag. This bag was in his pantry, and I needed a bag for the lake when I took the dogs to the lake, and I took his dog and stuff, and I was packing up supplies, and I was in the and I looked in the pantry to get like a plastic bag, and then there was this one in there, so I took it and it ended up in my truck, and now it's my bag. I didn't mean to take the bag. So if this is somebody's bag in your household, sorry. It's my bag now. If you need this bag, don't have me arrested, okay? I didn't try to steal your property. Please don't call the police. Please, okay? I will pay you for the bag. I should send him a Cash App right now. Oh, that might be contacting him, and then I'm violating my orders. The restraining order didn't go through. The courts threw it out, but the no contact was part of my release. He's gonna call the FBI, and she has my bag on camera. Oh, Lordy. Oh my God. Oh, my heart. Like, it literally makes my heart beat fast, like out of fear. Fuck. His ex-wife's watching this, and that's my bag. Can somebody look up how much this is worth? We got a Cash App John stat. Uh-oh. It looks like one of those free bags that you get, but his mom would bring a lot of things over, so this might be his mom's bag, and I'm pretty sure she probably would have given it to me because I'm pretty sure his mom liked me more than him. Anyways, let's see. DooterSon. Paris. Look up the price of that, please. It might have been one of those free bags, like you buy a perfume, you get a free bag. It kind of looks like one of those, so I'm hoping. Not like some designer bag. I like stole, it's like an $1,800 bag. Cops come. Again, you're gonna shave your legs again in your life, Morgan? No. Nope. I'm going full bush for my lumberjack in Montana. Thanks, Gigi. Yay. I have nothing in my system but Dr. Pepper, so I might get a little silly. She's drinking again. I bought one of those little breathalyzers. I've been breathalyzing myself 3 times a day and videotaping it, so that, and I'm just going to keep that going, so that if anybody wants to, because I'm silly, just natural, so if anybody wants to accuse me of being drunk, like, dude, I've been breathalyzing myself for like the last 3 years, dude, okay? And I see a lot of comments, a lot of people don't think that I can get sober on my own. She's gonna need a pill. That's what somebody said. Fucking Ken. Fuck you, Ken. Ken is weird. Ken's been trying to get me to come to his property for like a long time. He's a subscriber. I can go down to Memphis. I can pick up your truck. He's like where's he at? Like outside of St. Louis or something. Anyways, and then he told Johnny, like, enjoy your prize. I concede. Enjoy your prize. And Johnny's like, what does that even mean? Enjoy your prize. And I was like, dude, I had a feeling Ken wanted more. Ken's like, I don't know, probably 70 years old. And it's questionable whether Ken is a male or a female. We've called him Kendra. Anyways, I saw that Ken left a comment on some gossip channel saying that, like, there's no way she's going to be able to get sober unless she, like, takes a pill or something like that. And I'm like, what is wrong with everybody? I don't need to take pills in order to get sober. So I told Ken, I was like, dude, don't contact me anymore, because he has my number. So, good morning. Working on the boat today. Wish you were here. No, I'm glad I'm not. Johnny used to say, he's like, dude, you dodged a bullet with that guy. And, like, it's better to get stung by a bee than get hit by a bullet. No, I don't want to get stung by a bee either, okay? I'm good. Ever thought about Corpus Christi? Hell no. Hail to the no, Fred. Love you, Andrea. I'm slowly coming back to life as much as you can. I just made the decision that I can't live like this. I'm not going to live in this place of just, and I'm a little fearful. I'm going to be honest. A little part of me is like, dude. So the prosecutors, DA, I don't know what you call them, okay? Which one is it that will be like, I think it's the DA, the district attorney will be like the one to do, but they have an investigative team, and then that team reports to the district attorney. The district attorney's a busy man. So if the team was like going onto my YouTube, and then they were like watching some of these on Patreon, and then maybe they think that like I'm not taking this seriously. I have that fear a little bit, but it's like, dude, what am I supposed to do? Sit around and freaking bawl my eyes out and live in fear? You know, what am I supposed to do? And so I hope that that's not the case. I hope they're not like, we need to teach this girl a lesson because she's obviously not taking this seriously. She's way too happy right now. It's like, I hope that's not the case. And if it is, if they are watching this, like, dude, that's not the case. I'm freaking terrified, obviously. Who wouldn't be? You know, facing a felony charge with a minimum year in prison and a maximum of 20 years. Like, obviously I'm freaking terrified inside. But if I let that take over me, I'm going to roll over and die. Like, I'm going to just pass out, you know? And so I can't live like that. And so I just have to make that choice that, like, I'm just not going to. I got to find the laughter. Dude, I came up with this Fran skit in my head last night, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be my comeback video for YouTube. Tell me if it's a bad idea. But I came up with this song. It's a really cool melody, but it's a skit that kind of makes fun of this whole situation because you have to kind of make fun of it. It's retarded. My God. Lord have mercy, never in my life would I think that I'm fighting an extortion charge. And somebody said that even if they drop it, it's still like there. So who was it that said that she got into a similar situation with her ex? They got in a fight. And he hit her, and so she had him arrested. He got out, and then he had her arrested for credit card fraud because he let her use his credit card to buy things during the course of their relationship. But then he called the police and was like, "This is credit card fraud," and they arrested her. And she said, even though I got the charges dropped, they still can look it up. If like it's on my record, you could still look it up that I wasn't charged with it, but I was arrested for it. So it looks like I'm a credit card. I'm a credit card thief. I'm like, that sucks. So for like, cause like even whoever did research for me, again, allegedly David Wilkes has, he wasn't, I don't know if he was charged, but he was arrested or I don't know, for insurance fraud. And so, but you can still see that. So it was a felony charge, but I don't believe that he was charged with, I don't know, whoever told me that was, I didn't do my own research. It's all allegedly. So apparently if you say allegedly, it's not defamation. Take a note from me, David. If you say allegedly, it's not defamation. So Morgan allegedly did meth and got arrested twice in Louisiana. That's what you should have said, but you didn't, and you can't take the videos down because we already have them logged. But next time, allegedly, I'm gonna help course you through this, okay? Allegedly. And then you won't get yourself in a shitstorm since now you want to be a gossip channel guy. Because that's, what do you do for a living? Well, I talk shit on people on the internet. Oh, we live in a dark world. Fucking morons. Allegedly. Get my record expunged? No, I think I like it, you know? I think it's good. I think we're good. I don't care. Like, I have that assaulting a police officer, and that's the one go-to they always go to. Like, when I was in the cop car, I vaguely remember him bringing that up. I think he did. I vaguely remember. I was pretty drunk. And that body cam footage is going to be released for sure. So I can't wait to see it because, like, what happened? I remember being in, getting booked and stuff. Not booked, like getting to the place because I think it's so funny. Like, alcohol is a funny thing because you don't know what your brain makes up and what actually happened in reality, you know? So I don't know, because like I said, that night that I hit the woman with my Bronco 9 years ago in my on purpose, I could have put money on it that it was, I don't remember. I think I thought that I hit a maroon. It's either vice versa. Like I either hit a maroon PT Cruiser and it ended up being a silver Lexus, or it was a silver Lexus and I thought it was a PT Cruiser. But I'm pretty sure I thought it was a PT Cruiser. I would have put money on it. I would have put money that I hit a PT Cruiser. And then like 2 months into the case, when all the photographs were released and my lawyer gave them to me, and I was like, a silver Lexus? Like where did that come from? So your brain does interesting things when you're under the influence of alcohol. So it'll be interesting to see the body cam footage from when they arrested me, because I feel like I remember what happened, but I don't know. Go to Washington. I was thinking about it. Yo, oh, it's on your, always on your arrest history. Okay. I'm not too worried about it. It'd be one thing if like I had to go out. I might have to one day go out and get a job. Get a real job. How many years did I hear that on YouTube? Go get a real job, Morgan. Nobody said that in the last few years. I'll tell you that much. Haven't seen that comment in a long time. Now everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Now everybody wants my job. Go get a real job. I'm feisty this morning. Oh, do you need water? Do you got water? Yeah, I got water. What are you guys doing this morning? We're gonna go on our date tonight. I think I want to work on that skit. Still trying to learn how to play the ukulele so that I can, but I feel like the beginning of the skit would be better if I was in Reno, so I might wait to do the beginning shot of my skit in Reno. And then release the skit, do my comeback video like the day of my arraignment. If it's on Thursday, if they extend this, which I kind of have a really strong feeling they're going to, if they haven't filed it yet, it's like, if they haven't filed it by Monday, the chances are pretty slim my arraignment's on Thursday. Please file it, or don't. I don't know. What do you guys, I don't know what to hope for. Yeah, extortion. The skit might make me famous. It might, on TikTok. Become TikTok famous. That's the dream I never had. Go on a real date? No. It's not time for that. I know I joked about it yesterday in my live stream that I was like, oh, should I go on a rebound date? I was just fucking around. I'm definitely not ready for that. It's so funny too, because I have this outfit that I bought for something totally, a totally different skit. And it is so perfect. I'll just tell you guys, it's a prison suit. I bought a prison suit on Amazon months ago in Florida for something totally different. And now it's like, oh, you have that prison suit. Yeah. This is gonna go so good in my skit. So I think that'll be my YouTube comeback video. So you guys can all look forward to that. It'll be funny. I'm gonna do it. I want to do it today, but then I was like, no. Because again, I don't know if they're gonna be like, you're not taking this seriously. I couldn't go on a reality show because I would never leave my dogs. That's the only problem. A lot of people have said that. I had somebody approach me. I think it's Rosa. Rosa's sister is like the producer for, I think it was Big Brother, in the UK or in Spain. I don't remember. But I was, what show was it? That Amazing Race. It was Amazing Race that I was approached and asked if I'd be on that show, and they wanted me to fill out the applications. That was quite a few years ago. But no, I won't leave the dogs. Yeah, I am a reality show. It's so funny being here at the park and watching all these men with children. It's like, oh, it's Saturday. Your wives all sent you out to like, okay, your day. This is your day. Get these kids out of the damn house. This little girl's chasing Boujii. And they're all like older men. I'm in like Suburbanville. where all these women like had children with, you could tell, a little bit older men. And it's so weird to see. That would have been John. It's so weird to see men that are like in their 50s and 60s with like a 2-year-old. Hello, buddy. It's getting hot. It's gonna be over 100. I don't know if I'd be so good on The Amazing Race because they have all those like, you know, like riddles at the end where you have to like solve a puzzle or solve a riddle, and I'm really bad at that shit. I'd be depending on the my partner for that one. Grandpa, dad, I don't know. What are we doing today? What are you doing with your life? Hey, my backup computer just decided to work. I feel like I just need to keep doing that ukulele and get that song down. You guys are gonna die. I was at Rose's house and she was blasting music and she was cleaning out her camper and I was cleaning out my truck and like the lyrics just hit me and I was like, and I said it to her and she fucking died. Oh, I wish I could sing it to you guys right now. It's pretty good. I need to come up with a few more lyrics because I just have like that. What do you call that? The main one. If I have kids now, how old I might be? 40 to 50. How old are you, Marco? Aren't you old too? Everybody's getting old. I can't believe Jose said he just turned 50. Like, what the fuck? Jose, you're looking good, dude. Having my garage cleaned out so I can park a new Bronco inside it finally. Did you invite me over? Am I coming? Somebody, I did read that comment on Blind View. Somebody said somewhere there's some moron cleaning out his garage or something. Like, I think he was referencing John, like John was cleaning out his garage. I was like, that's fucked up. I left that place immaculate, okay? I didn't leave anything there. There is no sign of Morgan at John's house. Maybe a couple dog turds in the back, because I forgot to do that, now that I think about it. His mom did that. He should come over every morning, clean up the dog shit from his dog. It's weird. Oh, you're 34? You'll be fine. You're only 34. Somebody else said it's been all downhill ever since Morgan turned 35. Okay, whatever. Let's see a picture of you and what you're doing with your life, okay? But it's not any better. I bet you're fucking... Your husband was a hoarder? Ugh. Eh. Hello. Yeah, hoarding shit is a bad one. Buddy's little head. Oh, it's okay. I liked it. You were giving me your belly. Give me that belly. I'll take that belly. I'll take that belly. Oh, he's a cute boy. He's a cute boy. Do you want water? A little sippy sipperoo. Sip sipperoo. You have enough fishing equipment to open up your own store? Oh, get rid of it. Just throw it out. I was telling Rosa to do that. I was like, dude, just freaking. I know so many people that have way too much stuff. I'm just like, dude, just fucking get a dumpster. Don't even think about it. Don't be like, you need to be like, oh, but so many people could put this to use. Like, dude, there's enough shit in this world. Trust me, there's enough shit. There's a bunch of Salvation Armies. There's a bunch of freaking thrift stores. Nobody needs your shit. Because then the next thing you know, you go down this road of like, well, this is valuable. Well, this is worth something. Well, somebody can use this. Fuck it. Fucking dump it. Throw that shit in the trash. Don't even ever look back. You'll never look back. You won't. You won't think about it ever again. Guarantee you. You know, there might be that one day that your friend's like, man, I wish I had this. And you're like, oh, shoot, I had that once and I got rid of it. And no one fucking cares. They can find it somewhere else. That'd be my advice to everyone when it comes to getting rid of stuff. Just fucking trash it. Hawk it. Break it in half. Go ape shit on it. Take out a little anger on it. Feels good. Every time I've been to the dump and I've just dumped all my shit in the dump, it's like, fuck yeah. And people are like, you're so wasteful. Fuck off. There really is. There's just too much. We have too much shit in this world. There's too much. They're just constantly producing all this Walmart crap. It's just being produced. And that's why everything's crap. Nothing's made like, you know, people don't put, there's no craftsmanship in anything anymore. Sledgehammer, man. Oh man. If I could demolish a house right now or like sledgehammer some shit, that would really help me. Maybe I should think about that. What can I do? Go to a gun range. That might help. That's not enough though. You're not exerting a lot of energy. I need to exert some energy. I need to demolish something right now. Don't they have places in LA like that you can like go and actually rent a place and like demolish stuff? I saw that a few years ago. You want to give it all to his daughter so she can deal with it? No, just get a dumpster. They're so cheap. Call a dumpster, have them drop it off at your house, chuck everything in there. It's going to feel so freaking good. And then call them back up, say it's ready for pickup. Boom. A few $100, you're done. And then it's going to feel good too. You know, let go of the past. These two grandpas. I think I'm officially over older men. I was into it for a second. I got really into it. Over it. Tool parts hoarder. Dude, even like just being in my brother's garage last night, I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened? What do you do to yourself? Look at all this shit everywhere. What are you doing, dude? So when you get bored, same with John. That guy had so much crap. He had the house next door full of crap, 2 garages full of crap, an old house full of crap. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's so much stuff. You gotta fucking chuck it. Chuck it in the trash. But I spent this much money on, fuck it. Who cares? It's gone. The money's gone. It's already gone. So now you can hold on to this. But I spent $200 on this though. It's like, but what is it doing for your life besides just putting like a bunch of weight on your shoulders? Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. He bought it off eBay? I bet he did. I bet he had a shopping addiction. Like the majority of people that are bored and like, you know, they work too much and they have all these dreams of things that they'll do. And then they buy all this crap and then they never do it because they're working. And then when they finally get off work, they're tired. And so, you know, Sean had all these welders. What are you doing with them? Nothing. I thought if I cleaned his welding table, he would weld. No, he just got mad at me. He's like, what are you guys doing? I'm bitter. I'm a bitter bitch today. The mornings are the same though. Every morning I wake up. I'm glad. You need to hear this, Susie? Yeah. Get rid of it. I'm telling you, it feels good. People got so mad at me in Minnesota last summer because remember I packed up my whole house in Memphis. This sun. We gotta switch locations. Whoa! Oh gosh. Stolen property. Did anybody look up to see how much that bag is worth? This is my welder in storage. I still have my welder. Yeah, I'm one to talk. I'm over here with a freaking storage unit in Memphis and a Bronco in Minnesota. But anyways, yeah, when I was in Minnesota, because I packed up my whole house in Memphis and went to Minnesota with the intention of like setting up the national forest as a house, as a joke, just for content, just be like vacuuming my rugs like out in the middle of the forest. But I was too stressed out and I never executed all that. And story of my life. Anyways, I went to the dump and I just threw everything in there, just like these house plants, the cute little baskets, and like all the rugs and just everything. I just threw to the dump and I got so much hate. Like, yeah, you're so wasteful, Morgan. People could have used that. Let me tell you something. It felt freaking good. It felt good. Because, yeah, did it cost me a lot of money? Yeah, but, like, oh, would it make it suddenly so much better if, like, I went and donated it and somebody was able to buy it at, you know, some ridiculous rate? Because all these Salvation Army and Goodwill, they charge way too much for their crap, okay? You're buying it basically just, like, maybe half off, if that. Does it make you feel better now that it's still out there in the world? Like, no, it's not going to make you feel better. What's going to make you feel better if this shit's not around your house? That's what's going to make you feel better, and the fastest way you can get rid of it, instead of like placing so much sentimental value on things. It's shit, you know? It's stupid shit. This was my dad's fishing pole. Who gives a fuck? Your dad's dead. And he would have been like, if he was still alive, he probably would have been like, dude, why are you carrying around my fucking fishing pole? I used that twice, you know? That's probably what would happen. Your dad would rather see you, you know, in a clean space. You got a clear head, you know, you're not surrounded with memories of the past that will just like get you down. You don't even know that it's doing it to you either. That's nice. Your dad taught you to throw it away. What's up, Linda? Linda. I had these plates. My grandparents loved El Fornejo. Do you guys know it's like a little Italian, not a little, it's now I think it's a chain now. It's an Italian restaurant. And they tipped so high, like so much money. And my grandparents, they like to think that they like were cool, you know? And so like, oh, we know the chef type of fucking people. And so, but no, the chef didn't know them. No one gave a shit. But they thought people gave a shit. Like, oh, we're going to El Fornejo tonight. And we'd sit down at the table and they'd act like, you know, my grandfather would like, you know, shake and give like the $100. Probably wasn't even $100, it was probably $5 to the hostess and be like, we'll take the good table. And she's like, yeah, I'll just give you whatever's available, sir. But anyways, they would collect these plates from El Fornejo. They had like hand painted plates. And so they gave them to me eventually. And I had this whole stack of El Fornejo plates. Miles, over here, come on. All the kids and grandparents and parents are coming out of the woodworks right now. Anyways, they gave me these plates and I had them in my house and I carried them around for years, and I had a lot of trauma from my grandparents. And little did I know that every time I was opening up my cupboard and seeing those El Fornejo plates or using one, I was getting memories back of them. I'd always think of them. It was inevitable. It was inevitable to not think of something when I would pick up a plate. And here I am picking up this plate on a daily basis to eat all of my meals, all of them. And after I ran that chick with my Bronco and the court ordered, you know, therapy, and I learned to get rid of the things that reminded me of like horrible stuff of my past. And I went through my house and I just got rid of it all, even photographs. Little did I know that every time I walked to my bedroom and I saw that photograph of Rory surfing, I was thinking about, you know, that time of my life and how horrific that whole time was, ending that relationship and listening to my grandparents and moving back from Hawaii, doing things I didn't want to do, but doing it for the sake of money, to work for their company, like doing things I did not want to do. And little did I know, every time I'd walk into my room, like I was triggering memories without even if I didn't actually think about it, like you're triggering something in you. Anyways, I got rid of the plates. So one night I was like, dude, I'm going to have a freaking plate smashing ceremony. And I went out in the backyard and I lit a bonfire and I played some music. I think I got a little drunk and I just fucking smashed all these El Fornejo plates. And I bought some new plates. I went to Ikea and I bought a little set. It was pretty cheap. I think it was $19.99 or something. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm just like going in. It had been months since I had even thought about my grandparents. And I didn't really put the two and two together till later in life. Like later, after the fact. I was like, oh shoot, look at that. I haven't thought about them in a long time. Maybe it was the plates. Anyways, get rid of this shit. Get rid of it. Little doodle. Doodle doo. Oh yeah, so when I was at Luke's house in Minnesota, I tried to try the same theory on him, because that guy was going through some serious emotional trauma, you know, with his ex-wife and the kids and everything. But the whole house that because he shared that house with his ex-wife, his whole house was still the way that she left it. All of her stupid little live, laugh, love signs and photographs of the children everywhere. in the bathroom, like babies staring at me. I'm like, this is weird. I know that you're kids, but it's still just kind of like, it's still a time in your life that you had with this woman, and he was traumatized by her and the things that she did and or supposedly did, who knows. But anyways, it's like if you have all these photographs everywhere of your old life, even if it's of your children, like that's got to be doing something to your head. And so I was like, why don't you just try this out? Why don't you clear all of this off your walls? All of, like, just Boujii bear. My little bear, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I love her. Come here, lover, have some waters. Hold on, I gotta get more water for Boujii. Come here. Come here. Have some water. Come here. Oh, the waters. Do you want to hop down, buddy? No, you want to guard your bone? There you go. Drink some water. Say hello to YouTube, to the Patreons, to the army. Hi, Miles. Hi, Miles. Hi, Miles Davis. Miles Davis. Let her drink some water, please. No. Let her have some. Just stop, Mai. You're just so crazy sometimes. Like, if I pet the other dogs and give him attention, he likes to come through and, like, get in between us so that I give him attention instead. And it's just a little much, babe. You gotta share. I have enough love to give everybody. Puppies. Wearing some shorts today. Anyways, so yeah, went around Luke's house. I was like, just take all this shit down. Keep a few photographs of the kids, you know, on the mantle where they belong. Like, he had this little, like, mantle. It's like, you know, that's where they belong. Not all over the house. Everywhere. Everywhere you look. Your old life. I don't know if it helped him. I ended up leaving, so. I move forward in this life. I can't keep looking back. Yeah, it's a nice place for the dogs. It's really cool. At least this area of where my brother lives, it's like suburbanville, and there's not a lot of Karens around here. It's a pretty, Hey, Miles! Miles! Mr. Miles Davis! No. They fenced this off, but he can still go around the fence on the other end and get to the other side, and that's somebody's property right there. Good boy, come on. Stay over here. And then Boujii follows him because he's the pack leader when they're hunting, and Boujii goes deaf to me. Come on. Hey! Miles Davis! Mr. Miles Davis! Oh, he did it. He went for it. Come on, Boujii. A little fucker. Watch. Kill him. We're gonna kill him. Oh. Boujii bear? No. This dog, like even in Reno, I found this like marina that you can take the dogs to. There's a dog park. The fence went out into the water because it fenced in the dogs from the rest of the park that the dogs were allowed. Of course, Miles has to swim around the fence because the dog park's not enough. All the bunnies are running through this fence. That's the problem. Miles, come. Oh, see, he's running through the field. You're going to get shot. Miles, come. Somebody's going to take that clip. Good girl, Boujii. Good girl. You know. Yeah, you know you're not allowed out there. Mr. Miles Davis. I have a shot caller. He's a fucking goner. This dog. It's never enough for him. It's never enough. I can never find a place for him where it's enough that he's cool with it. He has to find the fence and get around the fence. Miles, come! He has lost the off-leash privileges. Oh, you're not even listening to me at all. Miles, come! Trouble! This is somebody's property. Miles Davis, come! Let's go. You're in trouble. Every day. So far, he's doing the same thing every day. Come on. Nope. You're fired. Get over here. You're a bad boy. You don't listen? He doesn't give a shit because he knows I'm not going to like actually do anything to him. I'm going to start actually doing things to you. Sit. Sit down. Miles Davis, sit. Sit. Trouble. Anybody want a Miles Davis? Anybody? Every day, and he does the same thing. It's like, no, you're fired. Bad boy. Bad boy. No, you're staying here. You are in trouble, sir. You're a bad boy. You don't listen? Good morning, Mary. Mary Murphy. Just yelling at Miles. Somebody else left a comment like that too. Sorry, I was reading some comments on blind views. Oh, again, if you guys will blast my link to my YouTube channel on blind views, that'd be great. Thank you. Because if he's going to post about me, he keeps deleting my links. I'm like, if you want to see the full video, click the link in my Patreon, and then he keeps deleting them. I'm like, screw you. You're going to talk about me, not let me put my own links to my videos? You know? Screw you. Anyway, so if you guys all do it, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. If I punish him, he won't come back. Well, yeah, I understand that one. I've tried it. The positive reinforcement, like, oh, you did something good. You listened to me. You actually came. Right. Doesn't work. I'm telling you, there's a reason why this dog was left in a parking lot. This dog enjoys punishment. He enjoys, like, I can't explain it. He's a different breed. He's definitely a different breed. Nothing works. Nothing works. It's my fault. I should not have let them ever hunt. And because I let them hunt, they've turned into hunting dogs, Boujii and him. And Boujii still listens. She knows. She knows what's up. She knows my tone of voice. She knows, like, oh shit, mom's mad. Like, I can't do this. But Miles, pretty sure when he's gets into hunting mode, he goes completely tone deaf to me. And it's just my fault. I tell everybody now, like, whatever you do with your dogs, do not let them hunt unless you live, like, on a property where that's their job, because it will destroy your dogs. Like, Boujii used to stay right next to my side, and now she's just full hunt mode when we're out. Yeah, he might get it each time, but that's what I've been doing. It's just, well, for a while. That's what I mean. Like, nothing works with him, and it's likely me. It's likely me. I'm not a dog trainer, okay? I'm just doing my best, like anybody. You know, I don't know. I try to do a bunch of research. I try to talk to people about it. I do my best. But the fact that they've been majority of the time off-leash dogs, they're just not leashed up dogs. You guys have seen it, and I know I get a lot of shit for that, but it's just the way that I choose to live my life. I find places that the dogs can run around off-leash and have a good time and enjoy their life. Because, why not? Oh, mister. No, he loves going through the purse. You're like a ferret. No. What happened to your bone? It's right here. I will give you one more since his teeth are getting so bad. He can't really chew the bones anymore. He could just chew the chicken part off. No, you don't get one because you're a bad boy. You don't listen. I say the same thing every time. You don't listen? For 3 years now. He knows what that means. You don't listen. Sit down. Sit. Now he'll sit because I have this in my hand. I forgot. I keep forgetting that I just need to have a fanny pack of treats. Those little steak bites. So that every time that he does come, I give him a treat. And I keep forgetting to do that. But I guess I kind of didn't really want a dog that needed treats every time that he does something bad. and then finally listens and comes back. I don't know. Something about that just feels a little off. Your dog tore out your portable AC hose, climbed out the dang window yesterday. Oh no. Oh no. No dog. AC hose tore out. Unbelievable. She was missing for 4 hours. Oh no. Sorry. Where'd you end up finding? Is it a boy or a girl? Your dog's the same. He's 14 pounds of attitude. No, so I won't do anything to him. He gives me that look and says, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, exactly. But I don't blame it on him. Again, I think it's like probably part of the... No, you're stuck. You're stuck on a leash. That's Boujii. When she makes that noise, it's to have Miles come help her hone in on a bunny together. Nope. Not today, sir. Nope. Haha. He's trying to run over there. He's broken leashes before. Can't stand my face. I look horrible, but whatever. It's a girl. Always remind him that his job is to protect you. Oh, I got so mad at him in Reno. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. It was so bad. So we're in Reno. Rosa is, I needed a break. I needed to be alone for a little while. And so they wanted to like go get something to eat. And I just said, hey, I'm going to stay here in the parking lot. I was like on an outdoor parking lot because my truck's so big. We couldn't park like inside the parking lot for the hotel. I'll get you some water. Hold on. Here. I know Buddy and I, we can read each other's minds. Anyways, I just needed some time alone. And so I was like, you guys go get some dinner. I just need to organize my truck and just like, I just got out of jail. I've been, I got my stuff from John's house. I was just so stressed and I just needed to be alone because I'm usually typically alone and it was just a lot. And so I was like, you guys go have dinner and I'll be here in the parking lot. So I started just like getting things organized, getting my mind together. It's late at night. It's probably like 10:30 at night. I'm in downtown Reno, which is like pretty much just the epitome of hell on earth. And drug addicts everywhere. That town is shit. Anyways, I'm in this like oversized parking lot across the street from a casino. It's dark. I don't typically like to have Miles on a leash because in those type of situations, because then he can't protect me. If I'm like going around my rig, cleaning things, I need to have him be able to be off a leash. And typically in the past couple of years, he knows that like if these two dogs are inside, which they're inside laying on the bed, the passenger side door was open and I was going back and forth from the back of the truck to the passenger side and just getting my life organized. I had just like thrown everything in there from John's house. And right before I got arrested, I was like, I cleared everything out to sand down my countertop and to kind of revamp some things on the back. So everything was a freaking mess. So I'm trying to organize. And typically Miles will just sit underneath the truck. That's always what he's done. He sits underneath the truck and he waits for the next thing that we're gonna do. We're obviously not walking. The two dogs are inside laying on the bed and mommy's cleaning. And I always say the same words, mom's cleaning. And so, watch out, bubby. And so anyways, all of a sudden, and I figured he was there because that is our routine and it's been like that for a couple years now and it's been going smooth. And I'm start cleaning, all of a sudden a couple approaches me. They're both wearing all black, they're quite tall, and they start walking towards me and the two small dogs start barking and I was like, oh, be careful, I have a big dog. I'm expecting Miles to be underneath my truck right now. And they get pretty close to me and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I was like, Miles, and I was like calling his name and all of a sudden I don't hear him and I don't see him. And I was like, what's up, you guys? What do you need? And she's like, well, we kind of need some gas money. And I was like, and he's like, we're maybe like can we sell you this sweatshirt? And I was like, dude, you have no idea. Like, this is the worst time that you could ask me for money. Like, my bank card is turned off right now. Like, I don't even have access to my own money. And I would help you if I could, but I just can't right now. I don't have any cash on me at all. And they're like, oh, okay. And I was like, Miles. And at the time, like in between this like sentence, every other word, I'm like, Miles, like trying to get Miles. And two small dogs are still barking. Miles is nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Luckily, they didn't do anything to me and they didn't have any ulterior motive. they're like, oh, okay, we understand. I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys. I wish you, I wish you the best. And so they turn around and walk away. And my heart is pounding at this point, and I'm still screaming, Miles, nowhere. He's gone. He's a freaking goner. It's like 11 at night. He went off in the parking lot and he started sniffing some bushes and did whatever Miles was doing at that point in time. And like so now I'm screaming, Miles Davis, and he finally comes back. I'm like, what in the actual fuck? I was so mad. I'm like, now you're not even a guard dog? Like, what in the fuck? But, oh, good, you're on a leash. There's Dopamine Pincher. I was so mad. Here, like, this is literally like what you're for, and you weren't there in that moment. Oh my God, I could have died. So Miles is no longer even the guard dog. He just eats food and is a pain in the butt. He was acting really erratic after John's house though, like really, really bad for a couple of days. So I think, dogs can pick up on stress. I think that they were picking up on my stress, and he just wasn't acting himself. He was just jumping around a lot and just pulling and not trying to knock me over, trying to knock everybody over, jumping up on everyone. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, calm down. We were walking through the casino and he was just like pulling and pulling instead of just chilling. Like, we're all on leashes. So what's wrong with you right now? He was going nuts. So yeah, it could have been the separation anxiety. And then probably, I'm sure that when they see their mother being pulled out of a house, being arrested, it's not like the best thing for them. And they like tried to follow me out, and if I recall, and like, yeah, anyways, so yeah, they pick up on everything, so I think they did for sure. Yeah, but that sucked though. I was just so disappointed because, and I had like a frantic Miles tone. I was using that on purpose while they were talking to me, and just like, Miles, I'm like, nothing, fucking nothing. Dick. I do everything for you. You almost let me get attacked by a couple in Reno, Nevada. I'm sure my black eye threw them off. If that was their intention, was to like mug me or something, that probably threw them off, because this black eye was very intense when I first got out of jail. I was looking back at the video last night and I was like, dude, that's what I look like. Like, it was fucking black. I've never had a black eye, I don't think. When I was a kid, I fell off a razor and got one, but not in my adulthood. And it's pretty gnarly, like the way that people look at you. It's like people look at you either horrified or extremely concerned. And I didn't think it was that bad, like walking through the casino, because I was getting so many looks, like people are just staring at me. And I've had injuries before, but like for some reason the black eye, people just like, or like try to look away, or like don't make eye. It's been an interesting experience. But yeah, I was looking back at the video and like, oh dude, when you're walking through the casino like that shit was straight up black, like black as night. But your dog has separation anxiety too? Yeah, I got arrested. Oh, you're just coming back here? Yeah, I got out of jail I think it was Friday by the time I got out. I don't know. All I know is that when I got arrested, I was there for over 24 hours. I was there for like, by the time they put me in the jail cell, it had been over 24 hours. And then I was only in the cell for a few, so that was nice. Thank God. Thank God. That was the answer to God's prayers. I'm telling you. I told this, like, that's when I finally broke down. I finally, for the first time, because in solitary confinement, I wasn't crying. I was just keeping it together, I was keeping it cool, trying to be as calm and collected as I could, so that like they would let me out of there and like let me go into, I just wanted to get out. So just, just not acting fucking crazy. And there's loony bins all over the place, just girls screaming and pounding on the windows. And like, I was just like, oh my God, they put me on the loony bin side of the freaking jail. So I was just trying to be cool, but there's just a wooden bench. And I was just watching the clock, and I swear, I was like, dude, they did something to that clock to make it go slower, because you could look out the window and see this clock. At least it was entertaining during the day watching everybody come in and get arrested. Like, that was the entertaining part, because people are losing their shit. I'll never forget. She's stuck? Boujii. Oh, she's not stuck. Yeah, it's mine. Oh, sorry. She hunts the little bunnies in here, and she screams when she finds them. Sorry about that. Come on, Boujii. Okay. I thought she meant like her head was stuck in the fence, like her fence. Okay, we're gonna go. No, you're not going anywhere. You're in trouble. Trouble. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. When they finally let me out of there, then I sat in the other area for like, I think another 4 hours or something. And then when I was in the jail cell, that's when I finally fell asleep, and then I woke up and just fucking started bawling my eyes out. I was like, I'm gonna be in here for a long time. And apparently my brother told me yesterday, he's like, yeah, we were talking on the phone, and we all were just like, dude, Morgan's gonna be in there for a while, because then all of a sudden David Wilkes released that video claiming that I had all these warrants out and stuff. And so John and my brother were talking like, dude, what the hell? And they were like, dude, she's not getting out for a while if all this shit's true. And so they were all like, John said, well, the dogs can be here. If she's not going to get out till the 31st on her arraignment, the dogs can be here. And like, they were arranging all this shit for me to stay in jail. Fuck. And then, yeah, I started crying, and I just started praying, and I was just praying really hard again. Like, please, God, like, please give me the strength to keep going through this. Like, I need strength right now. I'm starting to lose it. And then all of a sudden she came knocking 2 hours later. She's like, Morgan, you're being released without bail. I was like, what the, what? Okay. No bail? All right, let's go. Get me out of here. God. You wouldn't last a day in jail. It's bad. You have to, like, that, it helped me helping other women when they finally let me out of like the solitary room and they let me go into like the main area where everybody else is. It helped me to like help other women that were losing the shit. Like, they were crying hysterically and scared, and I was just like, they were sitting next to me because we had to like all sit next to each other, and I was just like trying to talk them down and making some jokes and just laughing with them and telling them what to expect, and that was nice. And like 3 of them stopped crying, so that helped me at least. That's what they say in life. If you're going through a hard time, like, help other people and it will help you. It worked. But then when they put me in housing clothes, like, they're gonna keep you for a while, right? Because that's when they told me like, you're not getting bailed. You can't bail yourself out. You don't qualify for bail because you have a felony. It's a felony charge. I was like, okay. And then they put me in housing clothes, and I figured I was gonna be there for a few days until a court date. They put me into the jail cell with this other woman that was probably in her 60s, no teeth, floor, food and trash was all over the jail cell, which I didn't think was allowed. Typically, you have to like keep your jail cell clean. I would know. Hold on. Hold on, make you some water. Stay. Drink some water. And so there's like a bed in an L shape. So a bed here and a bed a little bit above it. And then she was down underneath on the ground. She had put her like bed pad on the ground. And she goes, oh, a roommate. And I'm like, oh shit. Her hair's all like everywhere and no teeth. A roommate. Thank you for giving me a roommate. I'm like, oh man. So I go, she's like, I give you the good bed. I should probably make a video about this. And then you have like your boxes. It's so humiliating. How did my life get to that point? I don't know. Got stung by a bee. Anyways, fucking, you put your bucket down. I lay my blankets out. I'm like looking at all the food, like styrofoam containers that look like you know, like fucking Uber Eats orders, like all over the place. Like, what is going on in here? And she's like, oh, I didn't know I was gonna have a roommate. Let me pick things up. I was like, dude, don't even worry about it. And then I like lay down, like, oh, finally I could probably sleep because like there's a pad on the bed that was pretty thick. And then I went to sleep. I finally went to sleep because I had never slept yet. and it's over 24 hours at this point. So finally it's like, oh, thank God I can sleep. Because if you could just sleep it off while you're in like if you could just sleep, it just helps pass the time. But I had never slept, and so I was just watching this clock, and then I would get up and I'd try to lay down and I'd try to do this and try to do that, and every time I get up and look at the clock, it had moved like 5 minutes. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me right now. Like, what'd they do to that clock? Anyway, so when she put me in the room, she's like, lunch is in 2 hours. And then I laid the blankets down, and then I was like, I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep. And so she's like, so am I. And so she laid down and we both went to sleep. And then, yeah, I woke up, and I know it had been about 2 hours because it was all of a sudden lunchtime, and they like brought us lunch and they put it through the door. And I asked her, I was like, do they ever let you out to go to lunch or to eat? And she goes, no, they serve all your meals in the cell. And I'm like, oh man, like, okay, so that explains all the food cartons everywhere. Because when I went to jail 9 years ago, every time there was time to eat, like I went to jail in Las Colinas. If you're ever gonna get arrested, go to Las Colinas. It's right outside of San Diego. It had just been renovated. It's a really nice facility. It's just like a really bad women's summer camp. And it was actually kind of fun. Like, it was the most bizarre thing. You're like in a barn, and all the cells go around this way. And then you have like the security guard at their desk, and they're like giving letters out, and you can get your commissary, you can go take a shower. They had flat screen TVs, they had a library, they had all their telephones. This jail in Reno, no, you're like in this concrete corner of a wing, completely shut off, like barricaded off from everything, just concrete walls with just jail cells, and that's it. And so like no action at all. And then when they first booked us, they let us take a shower. When they first brought me in there, they let me take a shower, and the showers were like on the other side in these tiny little like lockers where they sit there and wait and freaking cavity check you. It was horrifying. Anyways, so totally different scenario. But so yeah, I was like, oh, they feed you. So in Las Colinas, every time it's a meal, you get to like go in single file line and go talk to all the other girls, and then you walk across the whole like campus into a cafeteria, and then you sit at the table, and it's just like, it's a little bit more normal. This was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in this freaking jail cell where they serve you all your meals inside of here, and that's it for the rest of my life. So when I woke up, I freaking lost it. That's when I lost it. They served, she said it was catfish sandwiches. I was like, no, hell no, dude. Hell no, I'm not eating. And so I gave it to the other girl. She's like, thank you. And she ate both sandwiches. And then she went into a story. I was just like, man, I'm just like worried about my dogs. And like, that's the worst part about this. It's just my dogs. I have so much anxiety in my chest over my dogs. And if I just knew that, like, if, you know, that John wasn't going to like call the Humane Society and everything was going to be okay. And I had made a phone call, and like my brother said everything was going to be okay, but I just wasn't sure, you know? And so, and then I just lost it. I started freaking bawling my eyes out, just freaking crying. And then she's like, I had a dog. Like, she's like, but then I got arrested, and my mom dropped it off at the Humane Society, and they euthanized it. And she starts bawling her eyes out, and I'm like, oh my God, my dogs are gonna get euthanized. So I start crying even harder. This is a shit show, dude. And then I start praying. I'm fucking praying my eyes out, just like, dude, God, you gotta give me some strength. I'm losing it right now. This is the breaking point. I'm freaking losing it. I'm losing it. And then I started thinking about John and our relationship being over, and I started crying even harder, and I was like, oh my God. And then I finally like caught my breath, and then all of a sudden a knock on the door, like, Morgan, you're being released without bail. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. She's like, I need you to keep your emotions under control, because I started crying again. I was like, oh my God, okay. She's like, you're gonna need to keep your emotions under control during this release. I'm like, okay, I got it. She's like, I need you to sign this paper, and like puts it in the door, sign the fucking paper. She's like, it'll be next 2 to 6 hours. And she was back, like, I'll hear my name over the intercom, like, within 15 minutes. And she's like, Mayor. And then the door unlocks. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. This is actually happening. The door unlocks. I go out there, they're like, fold up your blankets. Fucking fold them up. Stand there. And I had to stand there for like 30 minutes. But, yeah. And then the girl was like, can you give me another roommate? I swear. And I was just like trying to calm her down a little bit, like, it's gonna be okay. She's like, you got released so fast. I gave her like what did I give her? So they give you like these little supplies, like a toothbrush and like a fork, and a hairbrush and some things. So what's up, Gonzo? So. What kept me going in solitary confinement was honestly just laughing about how, like, Reno. I just kept saying that. Like, when at one point when I was doing like laps around the room, just like trying to keep calm, like, okay, we gotta just, it's not always gonna be like this. It's not always gonna be like this. And I'm like, just trying to stay calm, doing some laps, doing like some like push-ups on the bench. And I just started laughing. I was like, Reno, of all places that I'm gonna go to jail, it's gonna be fucking Reno. Reno? What's up, Joanne? I have a mosquito bite on my ankle. So I thought that was funny. Of all places, Reno, Nevada. Reno is just such a joke, you know? It's been a joke in all the Hollywood movies. It's just the land of nothing, shitville of America. So I thought that was funny. That at least that laughter kept me going. And then I laughed about it a little bit too, like just like, oh, he got me good. I was laughing. Like, if you're in at least the relationship I was with John, like wasn't really taking it too seriously when I first was arrested. I just thought like, oh, he got me good. Like, he got me so good. Like, it's kind of like that, you know? Because it was always like a tit for tat type of thing. Like, if I would turn off he liked to share my location with him. And so every time we get an argument, I'd stop sharing my location, and then he would turn off his red receipts, like stupid stuff, you know? So I was like, oh, this motherfucker got me in jail in Reno. And so I was laughing about it in the beginning for like the first 7 hours, I think. Like, oh, but that kind of quickly faded when they told me I couldn't bail out. I was like, oh, shit. But Reno 911, I know. Mary, you might be onto something. Only good to visit for the mountains or the Mount Rose. Yeah, I heard about Mount Rose. No, is it Mount Rose? When I was leaving Reno, there's a mountain. Rosa told me, she met somebody that let us know. She was like, you need to videotape this. You didn't make it to Alaska, but this particular mountain range is actually higher. The peak is higher than any peak in Alaska. So that was outside of Reno. Reno 911. But yeah, that was the most entertaining part. When I was in the jail during working hours, in the middle of the night, from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., it was like dead silent in there, which I thought was interesting. You'd think more people would come into jail at nighttime, but they must bring them somewhere else. That must have been like the day processing center or something, because it was just dead silent. But during the day, because I got arrested like I think 9 or 10 a.m., something like that, during the day, it was very entertaining to just stand there at the window, and then, dude, there's so many hot cops, like so many hot cops. I was like, this is okay, you know, I'm flirty, so I like good looking guys. And so I was just kind of like, I was checking one out because there was a bunch of commotion going on, and there was like 15 cops standing right here, and I was right where my window was, right where they enter the building. So I was getting all the action. I was just like eating my apple, like, oh damn, look at that girl, just, like screaming with that freaking helmet on, and they had her all bound up and in this like chair, and like, oh shit. I'm watching this. This hot cop is like standing right there. He finally walks over to the window and he goes, I can feel your eyes glaring on me. Go sit down. I was like, I just thought you were attractive. And he starts laughing and he walks away, and I had to go sit on the bench. So on the bench, I was like, he was sexy. That guy's cute. That guy was really cute. I still have it. It's funny, I can't picture John's face, but I can picture the hot cop's face perfectly. Anyways, but yeah, there's a lot of good looking cops. I will give that to Reno. Damn, good looking women. Hey, Boujii Bouge. We're done talking once this Dr. Pepper's done. The ice is almost gone. Come here, Miles. You're off of detention. Go ahead. Hasta luego. That little fucker. All the family's left because it's starting to get hot here. Hey, Joanne, if you're going to be locked up, you may as well make the best of it. That's all you could do. That's what I've learned in life. In my 37 years of getting myself into a lot of really interesting scenarios, the best thing you can do in times like that is you have to just stay calm. And when I was in that when I was in that room, that solitary room by myself, they finally, I think it was 7 hours later, they finally put another woman in there. That, like I said, she was like a spitting image of me. She was like the 25-year-old version of me. And I'm like, oh, this is funny. They put the two freaking girls with long dark hair. We looked a lot alike. Is there a dog coming? Hopefully not. No, it's just a couple. Okay. Anyway, she was losing it. And she got arrested for a DUI. I know, Dr. Pepper's good. I got arrested for extortion. If you're a Patreon of mine, you saw what I posted. I deleted it. I made it public. I made my extortion post public. It was on Patreon for, I think it was on there the entire time I was arrested. And when I got out, I took a screenshot of it for court purposes, but I deleted. Had like over, I don't remember if that was the post. It had like over 700 comments on it. Hey Kathy, seeing your comment makes me so happy. It had like over 700 comments. I've never had that many comments on a post. And how did I get to, oh yeah, because my phones are still, the police still have my phone, so I wasn't able to log into Patreon for a minute, but I was finally able to like reset my how did I get into Patreon? That was all Rosa. Like Rosa gave me a cell phone and we were able to get into, we went down to, that's what it was. I think it was like over a day later because I had to go to, no. When was it? I don't remember. I don't know how I got into Patreon because there's like a 2-step verification. And so I called the police and I was like, can you guys at least just give me my cell phone back for like a minute? You can watch me. I won't tamper with any evidence. You can watch me do some transactions. I literally need to like log on to my bank app. I couldn't even call my bank and figure out why my bank card wasn't working when I got out of jail because they needed a 2-step verification. They sent me a code on my phone to call them. I bank with the USAA. I'm like, since when is this a feature? I must have been doing something wrong. And so everything, if you log in from a new device these days, you have to log in with a 2-step verification code where they send you a code to your phone. So I don't remember how I got onto Patreon, but I somehow, some way did. Oh, my computer. That's what it was. Hello. Hi. My computer was still recognizable. So once I was able to retrieve my laptops from John's house, I was able to log on to Patreon on my computer that night. Now I remember. And so I was able to go on there and delete that post that was the extortion post because, yeah, so I took some pictures of it, but I didn't read any of the comments. Somebody said they were pretty nasty, so I'm glad I didn't. Careful what you post on the internet, folks. I know, why'd they get rid of the community tab? That sucks. Why'd they do that? Oh, you figured it might be a stolen Rolex? That might be a charge that's coming in the future. And then, see, there's a video of her taking my Rolex. No. Hopefully, you know, John told my brother that he didn't want to see me in jail and that he doesn't want to see bad things for my life. And so hopefully that's the truth. And because I didn't think so, at least when I first was arrested, I just was like, oh, this is all just a joke. Like, this is a joke. He must know the police. And this was a way to, you know, fuck me up a little bit. I thought it was a joke. Kind of like once I was in Louisiana when I was like 21, and we all go downtown. I was with my friend Lisa and Chad and some guy that lived up the street, and I had just gone through like a really hard time with Rory, and I was like miscarrying for like 4 months, and then I finally just terminated the pregnancy because my grandparents were like, you just, you know, because I was like waiting it out, seeing like if this miscarriage was really gonna follow through, and like it was just a really bad time in my life. And so anyways, my grandparents were like, when I flew back to their house, that's when the recession happened, and so I was stuck at their house for a little bit, and then Aloha Airlines went out of business, so I couldn't get back to Hawaii, and finally got back there and then moved all my shit out and put it in a storage unit. And my grandparents were like, you need to come live with us. And I was like, I'm not ready yet. Like, I can't work for you guys yet. I need to take a break. And so I flew to Louisiana. And it was like Mother's Day weekend. We go downtown, we're having a good time. I get my very first tattoo on my ankle. It's called And Then She Lived. And no, And Then She Lives, and Then She Lived. I don't remember what it says. It's all blurred together now. But And Then She Lives. That's what it was. Because he started doing And Then She Lived. And I was like, no, it lives. And he got all mad at me. Anyways, we go downtown. We're having a nice time. All of a sudden, Lisa and Chad start fighting like cat and dogs. And they both had a little bit of an opiate addiction going on. And so we go back to the hotel. I wake up in the morning. Lisa's gone. She had gone back to Port Allen where I was staying with them and they were staying with Chad's family. And we go back to Port Allen. So we all drive back, Chad and I and his friend, and drive back to Port Allen. We get there. Lisa's packing up all of her stuff. Miles is, it's fenced in. He's going after a bunny. So we go back, and when we get back there, Lisa's thrown all of her shit in the car. But they had just had a baby, like maybe 6 months previously. And so Chad's parents were like, you're not taking our grandson from us. You're distraught. You're not in your right state of mind. There's no way. And so I'm just there to visit for like the weekend. And I'm like, it was Mother's Day at this point. They had a whole crawfish, like boil on the table. And so I'm just sitting there eating crawfish at this point, just like kind of like speculating. And they're screaming and yelling. And Lisa's like, fuck this. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I forget where I was going to go with this story, though, but when we got arrested. Oh, yeah, because they may have just known somebody. So I'm eating crawfish. Chad's going at it with Lisa. They're fighting. And finally, the cops come. And the cops were like, they say that they searched Lisa's car. And they're like, yeah, we found 2 pounds of weed in the back of this car. And you guys were all in New Orleans last night, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you're all arrested. We're taking all of you to jail. And I'm like, what? Just because I was in the car the night previously and in that morning coming back. I'm like, are you serious right now? And so I get handcuffed, thrown in the car. Lisa gets handcuffed, thrown in the car. Chad gets handcuffed, thrown in the car. And then they drive to the other guy's house that went with us, handcuff him on the porch, throw him in the car. We all go down to this jail in Port Allen. I'm screaming and yelling at Lisa, like, you need to tell them I had nothing to do with this. You need to tell them that I was just here for the weekend. What the hell is going on? Like, you're going to... My phone died. You guys are still here. My phone died. I had to keep you on a cliffhanger, No ending to the story. It is hot. My face is red. I need a shower. I haven't got ready for the day yet. I typically just take the dogs out first thing. I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, all right, dog park, let's go. Sorry about that. I will wrap this up so you guys can get on with your day. But I'll tell the end of the story because I can't not tell the end of the story. Basically, we were all arrested, and I was telling Lisa, yeah, you need to tell the cops, like, I had nothing to do with this. And she was like, dude, I didn't have any weed in my car. Like, that's a lie. I was like, I don't even care. Just get me the hell out of here. Anyways, 4 hours. We were all bailed out. Not bailed out. We were all picked up by Chad's dad. And that was that. But they left Lisa in there. And so they basically had us all arrested because they didn't want their grandson to be taken away from them. And have Lisa, because Lisa was like, I'm going back to Virginia. And so, there's a reflection. They had us all arrested. And so anyways, and it was because Chad's dad knew the police officer. It's a small town, Port Allen, And so he had the ability to just call him and be like, dude, you just need to arrest all of them. Just take them all to jail. She's not taking my grandson. And they made up some bogus thing that there was weed in the car. There wasn't. None of us were charged. Nothing was filed. You can't find that on the internet anywhere. Anyway, so when I got arrested and I was in jail in Reno, for about the first 7 hours, I thought that, like, John just knew somebody. I was like, oh, he just, like, knew someone and he did this. So, yeah, that was what I was getting at when I was saying, like, I thought it was just a kind of a joke in the beginning. Like, not really a joke, but just, like extortion. This isn't really happening right now. And so I think that's kind of what got me through the first little bit of it. And, yeah, I was just kind of laughing, and I just figured he got me good, and, like, I would get out and all this would just kind of fade away. then yeah, I was hit with reality. Like, this actually was happening. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you're not letting me bail out. Oh, I'm staying here. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. But like I was saying, even my brother was curious yesterday. We were all just kind of, he was just like, dude, how, from the time that we talked to the time that you were arrested, it was just so quick. What is on your eye? Oh my God, it's the black eye. I thought there was makeup right here. Okay. So, by the way, I'll just do this for the record because I need to do this anyways because I haven't cleaned my face this morning, but I'm not putting makeup on my eye. I couldn't believe some guy said that. I was gonna play a joke on you guys and I was gonna do this, but then like actually have makeup on my eye and show you like, see, there's no makeup, and just have like a bunch of makeup on the towel, but I figured it's a little too soon for that. Probably don't want to do that, Morgan. Ay. Do you want me to start an Instagram group for the Unstoppable Army? I think I have to do it so that it's on my phone with my phone number and stuff. I'll work on that today. Oh, I see. But then, yeah, I think I'll do it. I have a lot of Instagram pages because I like to reserve names. I might be able to just use one of the ones that I have. Oh, they're all on my other phone, my actual phone. I'm using it. I have a new phone, so nothing's linked to it too much. Wait, no, but you finally downloaded the Instagram app, but I don't think any of those other accounts are linked to it yet. Oh my God, that feels so good. Okay, so there you go. There's your proof. I'm not putting makeup. I have a little bit of a dirty face, but makeup on my eye. I couldn't believe that man left that comment. Like, she putting makeup on her eye? Really, right now, of all times in my life, I'm going to fake a black eye. What is on my freaking... I have like a couple bumps right here. Is that hormonal? I don't know. Are you good, bro? Because I've been giving you nothing but water. Get a chicken. I don't feel like going back to my brother's house. I think I'm gonna pack things up and go ahead and leave there. I'm not too happy with like this scenario. I'm not too happy that like I just found out yesterday that him and John had so much contact with each other before my arrest. I literally thought that like he got John's number after I was arrested because I was so adamant on trying to get him to make sure my dogs were okay. And I just feel really like betrayed right now. I feel very betrayed and I just don't want to be around anybody, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack up from my brother's house and take off. I only have a couple things there. He's got a backpack upstairs and in the bathroom and my laptop, so it'll take me all of 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and leave, and yeah, maybe use his shower one time. I don't know what my plans are. Maybe go see the ocean. What would you guys do? I know people like seem like I faked it. I was thinking, when I was talking to my lawyer friend on the phone, we were talking about just different scenarios, and I was like, what if they try to come at me at some angle that like I did this to myself in order to try to extort him, right? And so I just kept picturing like the Jim Carrey scene, because I can't harm myself. I've never been able to be a person that like, I could never do something like that. I just wouldn't be able to execute it. If I was like, I could probably let somebody, no, I don't even think I could let somebody slap me if I was like really intoxicated. I think that my girl, no, I don't even think that, because one time my friend Pam I was talking a bunch of, I don't know, I was being sad, and she just like walked out on the patio and just went bam and slapped me in the face harder than I've ever been bitch slapped. And I was like, dude, what the hell? She's like, snap the fuck out of it. And it hurt. I was like, ow, you really hurt me. Anyways, I just kept picturing Jim Carrey, you know that movie Liar Liar, where he goes in the bathroom and he has his head in the toilet and he's like, bam, bam, bam. That's what comes to my head every time I think about like if they try to come at me at an angle that I did this to myself. But anyways, so yeah, I pulled a fucking Jim Carrey on myself. Lord have mercy. Yeah, but anyways, where are you going? To the grocery store to grab a chicken. Have you guys ever seen that movie? I probably should put my glasses on so it's not in the reflection of where I am. Don't need to expose my brother's address, location, station. It's freaking hot. Mary, you have already caught on to me. I just don't know if it's appropriate. It's appropriate to release that right now. I think I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll focus on that today. I guess I could start driving back to Reno. It's only the weekend. I'll wait for that. I have to be back in Reno on Thursday. But like I said, they might extend it, so. I was thinking about the beach, but I haven't been to the West Coast beach since, yeah, Thanksgiving 2019. So, I was thinking about it, but I just don't know, man. Somebody recognized me in the parking lot here the other day. Some guy in a car. He's like, hey, unstoppable. And I was like, what? I haven't been recognized in a long time, probably since like Bronco days. And he's like, dude, I just wanted to say hi. He's like in his car. He's being really respectful. He just kind of was like driving and then he like kind of stopped, but not really. He was still kind of creeping a little bit. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to say, I was walking out of the store with a couple bags. I just want to say hi. Like, you inspired me to start finally building out my school bus. I was like, oh shit. I was like, dude, I haven't been recognized in a long time. He's like, no way. I was like, fucking a long time, probably like Bronco days. He's like, no man, like thanks. I started building out my school bus. And I watch your videos. Like, that's sweet, man. So he was really cool. I like it when people like to say hi, but they also don't want to just take up too much time because, you know, I got things to do too. I'm just on my way to my car. My dogs had already made eye contact with me. They were getting all excited. And so I was like, what's your name? I asked him his name. And then yeah, he's like, well, you take care of yourself. He's like, how long are you back in California? And like, just visiting my brother, just going through a little court thing right now. And like, a fucking shiner. I was like, all right, well, you take care of yourself. What's up, man, if you're watching? That's a curb. Whew, we don't need the car overheating. Okay, you need to calm down a little bit. Just relax. It's not that hot in here, baby. Drink some more water. Well, what are you guys doing for the day? Oh yeah, we're going on a, hi District 12. We're going on a date. I love the movie Liar Liar. That's a good one. Boujii's exhausted. She's exhausted. You did all that hunting. When she first got in the car, her head was like, tired puppy. Tismo, I don't know about being in California. I don't know. It's expensive. The gas is so freaking astronomical over here. It's so crowded. There's just traffic everywhere. Honestly, I don't even know. I'm lost. Again, I just have that feeling like I just want to go home. And then there's like, there is no home. I don't even have a place. Like, because Florida was always my place kind of in my head. It was like, I'm just going to go to Florida and like hang out on Jupiter Beach. And now that place even sucks because of all the bugs. Like, the bugs just got out of control. I don't know what happened. And so I don't feel like I have a place. And then even, I didn't show you guys, but my favorite lake in South Dakota, it got bought out and they put an RV park there. So it's no longer a free place to camp. And it's cool, like, it's not that expensive. I think it was only $12 a night, but they put like lots, right? They couldn't have put more lots closer together. So it's no longer just open land where you pull up and park and have the lake and all this room to yourself. It's just like lot, firing. It's fucking devastating. So my Angostura Lake by South Dakota is now gone. I don't know. That's why I was thinking about renting a house in Memphis again. But then I have to go through that whole process. It's hard for me to rent places because I just don't have any credit. I just don't have anything. Like, I just checked my credit the other day and it was like a 602, which is like poor. It's because I don't have any credit cards. I've never have. And then I have a $900 outstanding Verizon AT&T bill from my old house, some internet bill that never got paid for. That's the only thing on my credit, $900. And it doesn't even show like outstanding. It's just like closed, but just there. So it's like hard for me to rent a place. I need to like work on that. I probably should get a credit card and show something like that. If I found a cheap rental in like Wyoming, I wouldn't be too far from Reno in case I have to start like a court battle. What'd Joanne say? Memphis is toxic. Honestly, Joanne, the Memphis had the best dog park that I've seen in America, and I've been a lot of places. But yeah, the vibe in Memphis is pretty bad. Everybody's all angry. Everybody's just like mad. But the dog park's nice. Maybe not think about it because it's just going to make me sad. That wasn't me when I was in Memphis. I was doing actually pretty good in Memphis. I just wasn't on YouTube a lot. But I was healthy. Need some B vitamins. Oh, your credit scores before. At least it went up to a 600. I could have swore I checked it like last year and it was no credit. I didn't have anything at all. It was like an 18-year-old that, like, nothing. There was nothing there. So I don't know how it got up to the 604. Maybe that AT&T had, no, but that AT&T bill shows like 2020 or something. I know credit scores are really, they really are BS. We'll soon segue into, I didn't realize that credit only started in the 80s. I had no idea. But we'll soon segue into a social credit score. And credit cards and all that stuff will just be toast. And then what? Oh my god, my social credit score is going to be like a freaking negative 500. She's got extortion on her record. Hopefully I die before that day happens. Hasta luego. Send me on to the next life. Yeah, is there a dog park out by Colville outside of Memphis? I lived there for years. Yeah, it's called Shelby Farms. It's my last edited video on YouTube. You can go check it out. $395 to Reno. Lots of places stay for free and wild horses. Yeah, there's a shit ton of wild horses. I have a bunch of video right before I left Reno this last time. They were right next to us. I was surprised Miles didn't run up to them. But yeah, there's a ton of wild horses over there. It's just hard for me to be there because obviously it's just, you know, the lake I take my dogs to run around and run free is right next to John's property. And then I see all the things. It's just like, it's really triggering for me. It's just hard. I'm like, I don't want to be there. And so I don't think that if I have to go to court and this becomes like a drawn out process, I don't think that I can be there. It just makes me want to cry. So I don't know. Now I'm getting emotional because I feel displaced. I feel just really sad about everything that all the discoveries I made yesterday about it all. I just feel betrayed. And then you think that, like, even by your own family, it's like, fuck, man, I can't even trust my own brother to fucking call me and be like, you're gonna be fucking arrested. Now I don't even want to go back to his house. Like, that was my only safe place. And now that's gone. I feel mad. Why is everybody such an asshole? And like, I'm not out to hurt anybody. Like, I'm not doing anything. Things just get fucked up, and then everybody just becomes so fucked up. It's like, what's wrong with everybody? Like, why doesn't anybody care about people's lives anymore? Like, and if somebody has something hard going on, if they're going through something, like, why don't you just, like, ask them if they're okay and just, like, hug them and, like, just be like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Like, why do you have to call the fucking police? And call my friends and my family and get them on your side? And, like, what the fuck, man? I didn't fucking even do anything. I didn't do anything. I wasn't acting fucking crazy. I didn't do anything. I was just leaving him alone, but he just had this power trip and just wanted me out of his house because that's like I'm mad at you, so fucking go. I'm just so mad. How'd they all know? And I just feel like I need to go talk to my brother again because I'm just so confused. I just don't understand. Can you, like, tell me all this again? Like, what do you mean you talked to him 4 fucking times before I was arrested? And I was there for like 2 days before he even told me this. Like, what is going on? What's fucking wrong with everybody? All right. Well, I am, like, deeply hurt. My heart is deeply hurt. And, like, I can tell that he's, like, tell that he's not telling me the whole story because he's having to, like, think before he speaks, like, a lot, like, taking really, really long breaks. And I'm just like, dude, keep talking. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, what do you mean? Like, what is all this? Like, what is all this? I'm so mad. Feel sick. I'm, like, sick to my stomach. I don't want to eat anything. I'm just like, and it's so hot here. It's so hot everywhere. The AC is making this clicking sound again. I think I need to put some more fucking freezy stuff in there. You had a heart attack and everybody acted like you did something to them. That's fucked up. I'm not blaming, like, I'm not a victim, so I don't have a victim mentality. I'm not blaming anybody else. Again, like, I put myself in that scenario. After John and I got in that initial fight, I should have just stayed sober and I should have packed up my shit and I should have got the hell out of there. But instead, I had the angle of like, no, fuck you. You're not going to tell me what the fuck to do. Fuck off, you know? And then I did that. And like, that's what put me in this scenario. I did this to myself. I know that. And like, and that's the worst thing you can do with a man that loves to be controlling, is to try to act like you have more control than they do. And like, play the whole like, dude, I've already established like residence. I don't know what the fuck I was saying to him, you know? Like, I just was basically trying to put my foot down. Like, you're not gonna fucking just like tell me what to do right now, you know? You're not gonna throw me out just because all of a sudden you're in a bad mood, you know? Like, I just get a little feisty like that. So I know that that was like, I did this to myself. I know that. But it's just, yeah, finding out that him and my brother were talking before all of this is like really confusing my brain right now. And Christine and Rosa, like everybody was fucking talking, and I'm over here sitting in a house getting hammered, freaking sad over my boyfriend and I getting in a gnarly ass fight, and like no one's fucking calling me and being like, hey, are you okay? Like, do you need something? Instead, everyone's just like, oh, so you're gonna call the police? Oh, like, what happened? I need a fucking play-by-play. I need a play-by-fucking-play. Who said this? Who said that? Who said what? What the fuck? You know? That's how I feel. What the actual fuck? How the fuck were you all talking about this and no one was talking to me? How the fuck did everybody get each other's number? How the fuck was John talking to my brother before anybody? How the fuck did this stupid fucking Cheryl chick that claims that she fucking knows me, that's constantly on here, she said she saw like a number script, a house phone number of John's script. She left this whole long comment last night. I'm like, who the fuck are you? I've never met you, Cheryl. I don't know who the fuck you are. And you're always like, she's always doing these checks on me. I think this is the second time. I think she called, where else did she call the police to do a freaking a check on me? I think that's how the police initially came, is because of Cheryl. Who the fuck is Cheryl? And she's like, I worked for your father. I worked for your father. I'm part of your family. Remember my dog? No, Cheryl. No, Cheryl. I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm losing it right now. I am losing it. I just feel like there was this whole web of fucking people, and like, and how the fuck did David get everybody's number? What the fuck is wrong with everybody? What's wrong with everybody? The fuck? The fuck? And then my brain goes like a little bit crazy. I start thinking crazy things. I'm like, dude, like, dude. Was John going through my phone? Like, did he get my numbers? Was this all was this all premeditated? I'm just like, I'm so paranoid. I can't trust anybody. And fucking Christine, like, why the fuck was Christine talking to John for like 2 years? Like 2 fucking years before I even ever met him. I literally text Christine. I was like, hey, do you know a guy named John? His last name. We all know it. Everyone knows it. Everyone's like, Morgan, you said his last name when he delivered the roses. You should take down that video. John's last name's all over the place. It's on LinkedIn. It's on Instagram. It's like, pretty sure it's public now that I was arrested. I'm going crazy. But why the fuck was my friend that I've known since I was 17 years old? How does she know? How does she know? So anyways, I text her. I'm like, hey, do you know this guy? Christine is a girl that I was friends with since I was 17. Christine has been in a little bit of a love triangle web with my brother for years. My brother fucks all my friends. And then all of a sudden, fucking Christine and John are friends. Christine and John. John, when I first started talking to him, was like, yeah, I buy your brother's pomade. Oh, and by the way, I know Christine. I was like, you know Christine? Like, and I had Christine in Niagara Falls. I was like, oh, you hired her to be your physical therapist, because that's what I did. I brought her onto my channel. She flew out to Niagara Falls. I wanted to promote her because I was like, you know, my channel was really big. I thought I could help her. So she flies out to Niagara. I let her do like a little like thing on my YouTube channel and promote her business, because that's always what I'm trying to do, is just promote everybody's fucking business, because I want everybody to succeed. Everybody wants to see me fail. Anyways, she flies out. All of a sudden, I text her. John's like, yeah, and I also know Christine. And I was like, you're friends with my friend Christine? That's a little weird. It was a red flag. So then I'm like, huh. So I text her. I was like, hey, any thoughts on this guy, John? Da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, oh, yeah, I think he's a great guy, or he really knows how to treat a woman. And I was like, oh, well, I think that I'm falling in love with him. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so great. Then what happened? What was it that was fucking weird? Oh yeah. So then I make my first live stream and I talk about John, and I'm with John. And all of a sudden, she didn't know that. And she goes, oh no, was I talking? I don't remember if we were talking. It's so confusing because we spent so much time on the phone and then in person. I don't remember which one was which at this point. Oh, I think I was with him. Yeah. So then I make a live stream about him for the first time. I'm with him. I was at his house. And then all of a sudden, she texts him. He gets a text message and he's like, oh, Christine just texted me. And she goes, dude, she's talking about you in a live stream. Why is my friend, since I've known since I was 17 years old, hitting up this guy that I just started dating, being like, dude, she's talking about you in a live stream? That's what friends do. That would be like, dude, she's talking about you. Like, what the fuck is that? So then all of a sudden I'm like, what is going on here? And I was like, what is going on here? I thought you like hired her to be your physical therapist 2 years ago. Like, she's saying, dude, what the fuck is going on here? So then I'm like, do you and her have something going on? You know, like, because if you were going to her to get to me, she never mentioned you in the last 2 years. She was never like, dude, there's this guy on, YouTube. He hired me to be his physical therapist and he has got the hots for you. Maybe you should give him a chance. Nothing. So I was like, are you guys hooking up? Is there something like, what the fuck? So then he's like, no, we just, she went through a divorce like fucking a lifetime ago, like 10 years ago. And he's like, I was going through my divorce and she was like a sounding board for me. And so we became friends. And so then I start like talking to Christine a little bit, trying to figure out, is she a backstabbing motherfucking bitch like the rest of them? And I'm like, so I start talking to her a little bit, start asking a couple questions, like, kind of venting to her about John when we would get in a fight. She knew more details about this man than I did. And I was like, this is getting weird. This is getting fucking weird. This is fucking weird. So anyways, that's when I started to think like, dude, is John just a stalker or is he actually like my boyfriend? I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, it's got the same razor as my brother has. He has like the exact same welder as I have. It's like he like, and then now he's friends with my oldest friend, not best friend, my oldest friend. You're close with, almost closer with my oldest friend than I am. It's fucking weird. And so I started thinking like, this is getting fucking weird. This is getting fucking weird. I started looking around and I was just like, dude. So then I even had that thought in jail. I was like, oh my God, if he was actually just a stalker and madly like obsessed with me and just wanted my life instead of actually wanting me, he now has my dogs, he has my truck, he has my brother on the way, because I thought my brother was on the way to go get my dogs. And I knew my brother. I was like, my brother's a cool guy. He's probably just, John's gonna be like, hey man, come on in. He buys all my brother's pomade. Like, this is getting fucking weird. And so in jail, I was just like, oh my God, he took over my life. He took my life. He literally took my motherfucking life. And now I'm stuck in jail without bail. And he has all of my things. Yeah, Christine is fucking shady. I will never talk to her again. And she called me? No. But now I find out that like she was the one that called my brother. And my brother was like, yeah, go ahead and give John my number. Like, when? Tell me the fucking timeline. I need a motherfucking timeline. That's what I'm going to go back to my brother's house and be like, dude, I need a motherfucking play-by-play. Because this is fucked up. And you all knew I was going to get arrested. I'm just like, oh my God. You can't trust anybody anymore. Like anybody. You can't trust anybody. And of course, Christine wants to be like Team John because we all know Christine's fucking motive. That fucking girl's motive. That girl's weird too. She copies everything I do for fucking years. I feel like Christine wants to wear my skin as well. It's weird. Like she started doing YouTube videos and she kind of has the same style as mine. And she's always kind of like fucking, I don't know. She's a little bit of brown noser type of shit. Like always kind of like, fucking stroking my ego type of thing. But kind of it's like, do you want to be me? I don't even know. And I know that you're fucking cheating on your boyfriend fucking my brother. I'm just going to throw that out there. You fucking poor boyfriend. We all know that. It's been happening for years. My brother, I don't kiss and tell. Fuck you. She's probably watching this. Good for you, Christine. Good for you for talking to John and knowing all this is happening and not hitting me up. Way to go. Girlfriend of the year, Go fuck yourself. Oh, Johnny. And she probably wants to fuck John. I guarantee you she wants to fuck John. She's the one that sees dollar signs. Fucker. Can never land herself a guy that actually does shit with his life. She's always dating losers. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Love you guys. Yeah, the whole thing is fucking weird. Anyways, I'm gonna go get my shit from my brother's house, and I'm gonna leave, and I don't know, I'm gonna try to calm the fuck down and just forget about all of this. I was gonna go on a date night. Maybe me and my brother can talk about this, but I doubt it. He has the same type of attitude I do. We're both just like, fuck you, fuck you. So we're just both probably just gonna say fuck you. Who knows? No, John wasn't. I don't even know. I honestly, like, yeah, I can't even wrap my head around the majority of this. I really just can't. It's so fucked up. Maybe Del Taco? Probably. I'm not eating. I'm going on a fucking fast. What's up, Miles? You need some more water, dude. It's not even hot in here. You just need to tone it down, okay? Maybe I need to tone it down. Keep going. All right, you guys. I love you. See you in the next video. I'm going to try to pull it together a little bit. Go talk to my brother and have a conversation. I'm just pissed. Okay, bye.